Hey everybody, busy day here. It is Thursday and we have got a blizzard on the way. In fact, we've got a blizzard warning in effect from 7 to 7. I don't want you on the roads then. If you can stay off the roads, that is your best bet today. The stuff is really going to start getting much heavier as we hit like 8, maybe 9 o'clock this morning. I think that's when we're really going to be running into some issues, but it's going to last us most of the day. And of course, it's not just the snow that we're watching. At FOX25 News, I've got Kevin coming in at 6 to join me. Sarah's coming in, I think, at 8 a.m. We've got meteorologist Jason Brewer out in the field. So we have got you covered all day long. Even if you lose power at your house, and I do expect power outages, Boston 25 weather app, we actually stream live, so we can keep you guys posted on everything that we're going to be watching, from heavy snow and bad visibility here from late morning through the afternoon to damaging winds. Yes, everybody's at risk, but the coast, we're talking 50 to 70 mile per hour gusts, so that is definitely going to do some damage. It's going to bring down some power lines, some tree limbs, so power outages, real bad news, because it could take a while to get the power back on, and with it getting so cold out there immediately after the snow ends, and especially into Friday and the weekend, it's going to be dangerous cold. You can't be in a house without heat over the next couple of days. It's going to be possibly the coldest weather that we've seen in the winter, and you know how cold it was last week, so that's a big deal for me to say. So obviously we've got concerns about that. If you're at the coastline, we're also anticipating moderate to severe coastal flooding, in particular here south of Boston, South Shore, parts of the Cape as well. And that high tide is around 12:30, but it's the hours flanking it. So from 11 to 4, we're going to be watching for a storm surge coming in. It's going to carry in sea ice. It's going to have some damaging waves. Where we get that water coming in, it's going to be slow to recede. And with all that cold air in place, we could end up with a huge amount of ice, everything just freezing. Freezing spray, also something that could affect structures down across the South Shore. So what don't I have today? It's one of these days where I'm like, you name it, we've got it. And at the end of the day, you know, this is going to be an exhausting day, but this is exactly what our job is for. It's to keep you guys posted and informed and safe. And we're only able to do that if you're listening as we get that new information. So I'm going to ask you to please check back frequently on TV, on the app if you're on the go. I'd love to hear some reports from you guys. It kind of keeps us posted with all the in-betweens. We only get reports from certain places, so that would be very helpful. This isn't about hype, guys. Again, at the end of the day, it's just about keeping everybody safe. Staying home is the best way to do that today. And if you are in a coastal community where they're urging evacuations, listen to them. This could be a pretty significant event. I'm going to get back to work. I've got a ton to do today. I've got my pal Julie Growert that's going to be by my side. She's watching the roads, and I hope I don't see you on those roads. Check back often. If you guys have questions, let me know. It might be a little tough to get to all of those questions today and answer you back, but I will do my darndest. All right, stay safe, guys. Stay warm.
This is a Boston 25 Storm Tracker Weather Alert.
All right, everybody, I'm meteorologist Shiri, and we have got a busy day ahead. Blizzard conditions possible in and around the Boston area. We've got temperatures in the 20s and 30s, so depending on where you are, you might even start with a little bit of rain over the Cape and the islands. It's going to last through the morning hours before we get a flip to snow. But notice that the snow is really picking up around 8 o'clock this morning. So I don't see very many impacts before, say, 7 or 8 a.m. We're probably going to have a little dusting and snow on the ground. But after that, the snow comes down heavy. It comes down fast. At noontime, it's going to be a mess out there with bad winds and snow and visibility. We've also got the Cape switching from rain to snow later on today, which is going to contribute to their accumulation. It's going to be a heavy, wet snow in parts of southeastern Massachusetts, but a lighter, fluffier snow off to the north and west. 5 p.m., normal evening commute. That's why we're telling you to stay home, because things really don't start to thin out probably until we hit the evening hours. So the snow forecast today is going to be around a foot in the Boston area, a little bit less central Mass, southern New Hampshire. And then over the Cape, you're going to see decreasing totals. Upper Cape is going to get a lot more snow than the outer Cape, but there's so much other things going on that we're actually more concerned about than the snow, including the wind damage, and power outages as a result, because it gets so cold after this, and even coastal flooding, which is going to be a major issue here from late morning into the afternoon hours. At least tomorrow we get a break from the snow. You might wake up to a couple flurries, but it is going to be very windy and cold as we head towards the weekend. We've got a breakdown of the cold, the snow, the wind, the coast, all of that stuff all day on Boston 25. We'll see you there.